Evening all, welcome to Redline Assholes. And that, I mean us. Yeah, I know, we're doing it again, I know. It continues my discussional point. Yeah, sorry, I'm not going to go on about it in this one, don't worry. I'm sure, again, I'm recording this all in one go, so I'm sure by this point a lot of people have just flamed me and maybe a burning effigy has been created of me on the forums and it's been torched and maybe roving gangs of red-handed faced men are running through the villages and the dust maps calling for the burning and hanging and quartering of Pyrex. I don't know. Who knows? But at the end of the day, when you look at what we have to do to get a fight sometimes, this sucks and I hate doing it. I don't like redline kind of, I don't know, redline venturing, whatever you call it. I don't like doing this because I'd rather just have a fight, but I'm also just generally a bit of a twat. So when I get the opportunity to kind of fuck someone up, I'm going to take it. And again, this is a part of my continuing thesis of, you know, the worst blocker to this game is us. It's us, the veteran players, who just will do anything to stomp, kill, and destroy other mercs. I don't feel bad about this, but I think this is it's the way it is. Maybe today, let's talk about two things. Let's talk about the red line. Let's talk about the purpose of the red line. And I think second, let's talk about how we can maybe avoid this kind of thing. Now, I want to propose something to you that actually the easiest way to avoid redline shenanigans, as we have here, is PvE. Hang on, surely not, you say. Well, yeah, I actually think the best way to kind of firstly, to make it so that new players stick around and people don't redline snipe and redline railgun is to give them something different to do. And I think, quite honestly, people redline railgun and redline snipe because they're usually running solo. In fact, they're always running solo. What am I talking about? It's always solo. And they want to get kind of skill points and kills and ISK and all that good stuff, but they don't really feel confident enough to run forward, and I don't blame them because, you know, one solo dude running against two enemy gangs is not a pretty thing. So I hear what you say, and I acknowledge the problem. I really do. I used to do this myself. If you go to Series 1 of Kicking Dust, there's even videos of me doing redline snipering, because it was quote a tactic back then. So you know, I'm not proud of that. That was, you know, like early or rather, you know, established actors always have that kind of early porn scene they wish they hadn't done. That's kind of mine, you know. I'm not happy that I sniped and just sat at the back. It's because I was running solo, bro. Can't hate me for that. I'm proud of my work. I think that's kind of the issue in a way, though, because too many people have it's the go-to position for a lot of players. And I think, you know, there are some veteran players who have been playing for so long and they play so much that they have hundreds of Thales sniper rifles and they run it in a heavy suit, a prototype, you know, sniper heavy suit. And it's very difficult to kill them. So it's kind of, you know, again, I have no issue with the tactic because I acknowledge it. Okay, I'm not trying to stop it. I'm not trying to, you know, mess with it. But I think maybe PvE would be a way to stop this because it could just be something that you do on your own, perhaps. Maybe you could PvE on your own, maybe. And it gives you the ability to play this wonderful game we all enjoy, but it gives you the ability to play it away from people stomping the crap out of you, okay? And that's kind of the way it works. Now, the reason for this is because, you know, the reason that knife crime is such a problem in inner city London is not because there's lots of violent bastards who want to go out with knives and stab people. It's because everybody is worried that they're going to be mugged and beaten up, so they carry a knife. And that's exactly the problem with proto-stomping, is the fact that, you know, everybody worries about being proto-stomped, that they proto-stomp the shit out of the enemy team before they get proto-stomped. And I kid you not, that is what's happening. Let's just take a break. Let's enjoy the footage here. Look at me being a complete noob. Nicely landed, I think you'll agree. That, for me, is a pretty good. Anything you walk away from has got to be a good landing. As I get out of this dropship, I fall off the bloody mountain. So my dropship's up there. So, yeah, the comms at this point could be described as blue. As I'm screaming at Judge, come get me, help me, help me. And Judge is, you know, Judge in his empirical patrician way basically says, oh, right, I'll come help you. And I was kind of like a little boy saying, I've dropped my lolly, I've dropped my ice cream. And I felt a bit shit because obviously I had to call him away from, he was having a good match actually. And I felt a bit shit that I had to do this. Oh my god, I'm not the best player at this game by a long way. Hopefully people acknowledge that. I think a lot of people do think that I actually think I'm good at this game. I'm not. Look at this. This is evidence. Exhibit A. God damn it, guys. So yeah, thankfully Judge picked me up. Pro bro. And I was able to recall it, thank God. And I'm even able to do my orbital from up here as well, which is nice. And I think this is, yeah, just, again, these are the funny things of the match. These are the things you should be enjoying. These are the stories that you tell, well, I guess your gang mates, because, you know, you're not exactly going to talk to your real life mates about Dust, are you, bro? Let me tell you another story. I was, let's just say, I was having dinner with somebody very special to me. And it was somebody that I'd recently met. And the question came up of, well, what do you do for your spare time? What's your hobbies, bro? And that she said that to me, by the way. I wasn't, yeah. And I paused and I mulled over it at a split second. So literally all she saw was my eye twitch. But in my brain, everything stopped, you know, my whole time stopped. And I thought to myself, how can I tell this person that I do YouTube, that I play games, do videos of them, do voiceovers, do this kind of thing in my spare time, and that I'm not a crazy serial killer kind of, you know, maniac. That I'm not going to kind of take a picture of her, go home and do unspeakable things to. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. I'm trying to sort of, in my mind, work out what I can say that firstly saves face, secondly isn't a lie, because you don't want to lie to people, and thirdly doesn't make me look like I am basically the kind of love child of Jimmy Savile. So I'm trying to kind of rack my brain, and in a split second this whole thought process was seeded, deployed, and decided. And I twitched, and I just turned around and said, I play, yeah, I like to play Xbox. I like to play PS3. Yeah, I just play consoles. Yeah. And I thought I got away with it because she was like, okay, interesting. But the next word out of my mouth, her mouth, was, what games do you play? And I'm like, seriously, is this a trap? And I started looking around, and I loosened my collar. And I kind of started looking around thinking, shit, does she know something? Am I? And I'm literally looking around thinking, hang on, am I being set up here? And I got a bit paranoid. And I decided to go for broke. So I basically then said, well, yeah, I play a game called Dust 514. Yeah, it's a good game. It's like a shooter kind of thing. And, you know, we have some fun with it, and, you know, and that's it. And then my brain decided to take control. My brain lost control of the discussion to my mouth. My mouth was like, I'm enjoying this conversation. Let's say some more. And my mouth then just blurted out, I want to do videos of it as well. And then my brain registered that. And I could see the look of complete horror in the person's eye. And I realized that I might as well have just said, yeah, I have sex with chickens. Yeah, I do. I enjoy sex with poultry. Yeah, no, live poultry. No, absolutely. No, it's got to be live. Yeah, otherwise it doesn't fight back. You know what I'm saying? And I realized at that point, my God, what have I done? And I just literally, I wanted to facepalm. I wanted the chair to break so that I would feel less embarrassed as my ass hit the floor and I went ass over tit, flying the table over me. I wanted the ground to swallow me up. And then I realized, why am I embarrassed about this? So I then kind of did the old confident trick. So I then come back with yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? Something to do in it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of fun. But I think now at that point I was maybe lost. And I think sadly, I'm probably never going to hear from him again. These are tears of joy. No, they're not. The tears of horror and sadness. But there we go. So to me, it's a funny thing. I think, you know, again, I had no idea why I told you that, but I think it's just part of the whole, I guess, process of gaming and so on, is that you do get a little bit into it. And I think we're just as bad. So in conclusion, we're just as bad at this with Dust, is that we get into a match like this where you just stomp the hell out of your enemy. And then you kind of think, you feel a bit bad, you feel a bit dirty. Well, I do. And I feel a bit kind of like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So there we go. Please don't post in the comments anything in this video. Nothing in this video is worthy of commenting on. Please don't. You have been told. Thank you.